Extraterrestrial beings of high consciousness referred to in the book Love and a Map to an Unaltered Soul. Can Ananda or Jesus elaborate on who those benevolent beings are and how they are assisting us? Are some of these beings part of Ananda collective consciousness?
Ooh, getting in the good stuff. Okay. I love this stuff. Okay, I'll bring Ananda through.
Sure.
We're with you again, dear ones. Your world is cloaked in a veil of secrecy that has not served you. Many of you know that there are structures on your planet that were built by somebody very clever, somebody very skilled, somebody far above your level of current technology even. And there were many of them, and they are confusing artifacts for you because in your school system, you are taught that history started just a few thousand years ago and has been solely human, apart from a few angels and godlike beings descending upon your plane to give you a bunch of rules to live by. This is a very, very distorted vision of the history of your planet. And the book that our dear one is currently writing is going to go into your Earth's history in great detail. And you are going to have revealed to you many of these stories, many of these histories, many of these interactions. You are constantly having interactions with extraterrestrial beings, but you are being hidden from those truths. They have been going on for a very, very long time. In fact, your society's structure has had a great deal of influence peddled onto it from extraterrestrial beings. Now, for many of you on a spiritual path, this begins to cause conflict in the mind. And we want you to know that if you start to feel uncomfortable, that is just your mind expanding. Don't be frightened. It is just the edges of your reality being forced out of the box into which you have been limited. We are a collective. That means that we have within us many, many consciousness aspects. It is very easy to lay upon us the beliefs that you have about spirituality, because your beliefs about spirituality do not necessarily include extraterrestrial beings. Extraterrestrial beings of high consciousness have been assisting your planet for a very, very long time. They have had generally a hands-off policy in terms of coming into your world and really interfering, because this is a free will zone. The place and time in which you find yourselves is about expressing your individuality through choice and living the consequences of those choices. As you know, if you eat lots of cake, you'll gain weight and you'll get to experience some fatness, and you'll get to decide, should I keep eating cake or not? Nobody's there to tell you not to eat cake. Perhaps a partner will or your mother will, but generally speaking, you don't listen to those people. If you want to eat cake, you eat it, and you get to experience a little bit of fat on your body. Now, from Spirit's point of view, experiencing that is a very, very good thing. You learn from experience. You don't learn from books. You don't learn from people telling you stuff. You learn from experience. And what you are learning from the experience you are having now is a very, very distorted thing, because you are being restricted from the full opening of your histories, the full opening of the interactions and conversations and relationships that have been going on between Earth beings and extraterrestrial beings. And you have a very, very distorted belief system about what spirituality is, who's spiritual, who's not. We will tell you, you're all spiritual. You are all spirits having a physical experience. Some of you are more aware of your spirituality than your physicality, and you will suffer less the more you focus on the spiritual rather than the physical. And this is the very next important thing that we want you to understand as this story is revealed to you, and it will be revealed to you more and more over the next few years, and we will do our part by bringing the next book forth. The reason that book is coming in as the 6th book is because you must raise yourselves out of the fear and death-focused mindset of your society to be okay with receiving that information. So we want you to know as a collective that, yes, higher frequency extraterrestrial beings are part of our collective. They have your best interests at heart. They are working with other high frequency beings, other high frequency manifestations of consciousness to assist you in opening up to the truth of your greatness, the truth of your history, the truth of some of the negatives that have been happening on your planet over the last several millennia. So you are all going to have an expanded view of this reality that you experience as your life, your planet. But to really be able to understand the magnificence and the future that you are creating, you must have shifted your consciousness from the material into the spiritual. You must have changed your mind. Otherwise, the duality of your egoic experience will just be expanded into your interactions with extraterrestrial beings. That means if you are feeling powerless and afraid of death, then you will meet extraterrestrials that are overpowering and might hurt you. So once again, your level of consciousness, your opening to truth, your alignment with love through the practice of forgiveness is going to determine whether or not you have an experience of unity consciousness and a benevolent interaction with extraterrestrial beings of high frequency, or whether you are going to have a low frequency, fear-mongering, physical experience with beings that are of a lower frequency. Because just as you are tuning into high frequency here, if you are in a fearful, negative, believing in death state of consciousness, you will experience that because you are the creator. It means that you want it. Now, this is a very, very interesting aspect of your consciousness. When you are afraid of something, you want it. And this is not what you believe to be so. When you are afraid of something, you think you don't want it, but it is your creation. The fear is your creation based on beliefs that are out of alignment with truth. And so you are going to have what is considered an unreal experience by spirit's terms. Now, we are going to clarify this a little bit for you. Fear is not real, and the world that it creates is not real in that sense. And you would look and say, well, that doesn't make any sense to me. If I'm afraid of a spider and one comes in the living room, I am having a very real experience as far as I'm concerned. As far as creation is concerned, as far as love is concerned, if you have an experience that is out of accord with love, it is not real, and it will not be considered real in your evolutionary cycle in that sense. So spirit is always encouraging you to focus on truth, which is love as the creative and benevolent force that is on your side. It is always encouraging you to glance away from fear, from death, from weakness, because if you gaze on it and emphasize it and focus on it, you will incorporate it into your experience. So don't take ingredients into your mind that you don't want more of. So in pursuing any interests you have about extraterrestrial life, you want to make sure that you are coming at it from a high frequency place so that you are not concerned about bumping into any low frequency beings. It is no different than your bumping into low frequency humans. You don't want to bump into rapists and murderers. So you get your frequency out of the rapist and murderer frequency. You get yourself up into the realms of love through these practices, through these teachings. And in bringing yourself up there, in witnessing your fears and working to release them, asking for guidance in how to release them, in witnessing your defensiveness and asking for help and guidance in learning to release your defenses, you are stepping up that emotional scale into the realm of love, and you will encounter those beings of high frequency, which you are right now. Many of us are what you consider extraterrestrial beings that are communicating with you on Earth because you are in dire straits on this plane right now. You are out of alignment with love, seriously. You are suffering from many, many overpowering governmental institutions. You are losing your freedom to choose. And that is why these interventions are being made, because once you lose your freedom to choose, you are no longer able to evolve spiritually as you wish to, as this journey is designated. A system that is no longer fostering spiritual evolution will be eventually ended. And that is cultural, it is physical, it is focused in relationships as well. If you are in a hateful relationship where there is constant attack and bickering, that relationship will fall apart one way or another. It may even end up in one of you killing the other person. That is the ultimate separation. But when you are in that frequency, that is what you are going to manifest. So as we go further and further into the subject, we want you to focus on love. We want you to focus on the truth that there are very, very high frequency extraterrestrial beings. That means that they are living within your time-space reality. They are not living in other times and spaces. They are living in your time-space reality and can contact you in this time-space reality in many, many different ways. They can connect with you through dreams, and that is often how they will initially make contact. Now, there are some of you that are throwing your hands up at the moment saying, I am not studying this material to hear about extraterrestrial beings. Well, that is part of your creative expression here. We are here to let you know that it is in your isolation and separation that you suffer. If you believe that you are the only beings in this universe, then you are sorely deluded. And it is time that you understood that you are sorely deluded. So if you have any restrictions and resistances to what we are saying, then you want to really look at the reality of understanding that an Earth full of life is the only planet in this massive, massive universe that has that going on. It is a very, very isolationist and, quite honestly, Christian point of view. That is what you have been taught, that God created this world and God created the bodies in which you reside, and that there is nothing else other than this planet, which is the center of the universe. And it is a lie that many of you still have active in your minds. And there are many, many beliefs that will be changed over the next few years as your society expands and grows into the higher frequencies. We are a collective. We are a collective of high frequency, highly evolved beings, some of whom have resided on your planet and have evolved out of the physical into the non-physical, which is the journey that you are all on. You are all on the journey of relinquishing the physical material world in favor of a much higher frequency experience. But because of your teachings, because of your society's ridiculous rules and restrictions and perversions, you believe that you are a body and that to lose that body is a loss indeed. It is not a loss. You will evolve into beings that are beyond the physical, that can manifest wherever and whatever they want, and that have true freedom. You are in prisons, in fact, of body and mind, and these teachings are designed to free you so that you can commune not only with all aspects of yourself, but with all aspects of all of your brothers and sisters. We will return shortly.